A crowd had gathered on the edge of the broken bridge, shouting, pointing, and recording, but no one moved. Not one person stepped forward to help the terrified girl clinging to a slippery steel beam above the freezing river. She screamed for help, her voice cracking, her fingers bleeding. And then, through the chaos, a man in torn clothes, holding a little boy's trembling hand, pushed through the crowd. No one expected him to jump. No one expected a homeless single dad to risk his life for a stranger. But what she did after the rescue was something the world would never forget. Eli had grown used to being invisible. Once, he had a stable life, steady job, a small home, a wife who laughed at every joke he cracked. But tragedy had snatched everything from him in a single night. His wife's sudden passing left him alone with an infant son and hospital bills that drowned him until he lost everything: his home, his savings, even his sense of worth. Now, years later, he walked the streets with his 8-year-old son, Noah, surviving on day-to-day hope and whatever kindness strangers didn't mind offering. Noah didn't complain. Instead, he held his father's hand like it was the only safe place in the world. That morning, they were on their way to the shelter for breakfast when they heard the screaming. People rushed toward the bridge, panic in their eyes. Eli and Noah followed, unsure of what waited ahead. But nothing prepared them for the sight of a young girl trapped on a broken beam after the railing collapsed. She was crying, shaking, terrified. The river below roared like a beast waiting to swallow her. Bystanders argued about calling rescue teams. Some shouted instructions no one followed. People filmed, but no one acted. Noah tugged Eli's jacket with fear in his eyes. "Daddy, she's going to fall." Eli's heart squeezed. He knew fear of losing someone, fear of regret. And in that moment, something inside him refused to let another life slip away while he watched helplessly. Before anyone noticed, he handed Noah his backpack and stepped past the yellow warning tape. "Sir, stop," someone yelled. But the world blurred behind him. He focused only on the girl, her face pale, her tears cutting through dirt on her cheeks, her hands slipping inch by inch. Eli climbed onto the mangled railing, testing his balance on the shaky steel. One wrong step and his story would end. But the girl mattered more. "Look at me," he called to her gently. "Don't look down. I'm coming." She shook her head, sobbing. I can't hold on." "Yes, you can. Just one more minute." His voice was calm, steady, something he didn't feel inside. He crawled forward, gripping the cold metal with his scraped hands. The wind whipped against him, pushing him sideways. Below, Noah cried out, "Dad! Please be careful." Eli couldn't look back. He reached the girl just as her hand slipped completely. She screamed and Eli lunged, catching her arm with everything he had. Pain shot through his shoulders, but he held tight. "I've got you," he whispered. "You're safe." Slowly, painfully, he pulled her toward him until she wrapped her arms around his neck. He didn't think. He just moved, crawling backward, using his legs to stay balanced on the buckling beam. Every second felt like a lifetime. When he reached the safe railing, hands from the crowd pulled the girl to safety. Applause erupted. Someone shouted, "He saved her." Another yelled, "That homeless man, he's a hero." But the world tilted under Eli's feet. Before he could climb back, he slipped and fell. A collective scream filled the air as he dropped toward the icy river. It swallowed him instantly, yet he woke hours later in a hospital room, warm for the first time in months. Noah sat beside him, holding his hand tightly. His little face was swollen from crying. Eli blinked, confused, until the door swung open and the girl he saved rushed in. She wasn't just any girl, she was Maya Sterling, daughter of one of the city's wealthiest men, and a rising tech entrepreneur in her own right. The moment she saw Eli awake, she burst into tears. "You almost died because of me," she whispered. "I didn't know what to do, I thought you were gone." Eli shook his head weakly. "You're safe. That's all that matters." But the look she gave him wasn't one of guilt, it was of determination. In the next days, Maya visited every morning and every night. She brought food for Noah, clothes for Eli, and an endless stream of gratitude. But beneath her kindness, she hid something deeper, a plan. One evening, she sat beside Eli's bed, her voice steady but emotional. "I've been thinking," she began. "People with money, we help charities, we donate, we talk about change. But we rarely meet the people we're trying to help. You risked your life for me even though you had nothing. And I can't walk away from that." Eli tried to protest, but she held her hand up. "Please let me do this." The next morning, she walked in with her father in several legal documents. Eli tensed, unsure of what was happening. Maya gave him a soft smile. "I want to change your life," she said. "Not out of pity, but because you showed me what real courage looks like." Her father stepped forward. "Anything my daughter wants, she gets. She said helping you is non-negotiable." Maya explained everything carefully: a new apartment ready for Eli and Noah, full-time employment in her company's security department, healthcare coverage, and support for Noah's schooling. It was too much. Too overwhelming. Eli's eyes burned with tears he hadn't allowed himself to feel in years. "Why?" he whispered. Maya stepped closer, placing a hand over his trembling one. "Because you saved me. And because people like you deserve a second chance, not someday, but now." Eli broke down silently, Noah hugging him tightly. And for the first time since his wife's death, he didn't feel like the world was pushing him down. He felt like someone had finally reached out a hand. Weeks later, standing on the balcony of their new apartment, Eli watched Noah laugh freely for the first time in so long. Maya visited often, becoming more like family than a stranger he once rescued. Eli realized something powerful: sometimes the people who have the least give the most. And sometimes, the ones saved become the ones who save right back. Their story became a symbol of hope across the city, but for Eli and Maya, it was simply the beginning of a connection built from courage, gratitude, and humanity.